Live, live, live. Johnny Five is alive. Hello, everyone. I know I'm a minute or two early. I hope. Yeah, like I said, I know I'm a minute earlier too. I'm at 7:59 exactly. Wait for a moment. Drink. I hope that whoever comes across the stream, I hope it finds you in good spirits. I hope that whatever's going on in your life currently, I hope that I can make it a little bit better. I hope that whatever's going on in the world, in your world today, I hope that you know that it will only get better ahead of you. And I hope that I can help you um, get through the day with my content. With that being said, I hope that I can find the honor of your subscription. I hope that I've been able to earn that. If I have, please hit that subscribe red button down below. Hit all on that notification bell. Like, comment, share. This stuff, believe it or not, really helps other people find these videos. Okay. Um, I want to be able to grow this channel. I want to be able to share my love and your guys' love that has been tuning in and share it with future people of our community. Um, but it's only able to be done with the help of you guys. And it's a simple click of the button. It's a simple hit on the like button. Um, so, smash that like it's the Hulk, baby. But today we're going to be going into just a couple of little comics. One of them I had gotten from a friend of mine, Jordan, uh, a few weeks back, or maybe a couple months back now at this point. And a couple came through eBay orders I made. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about wrestling. I might have talked about my love for wrestling in the past. I know I don't really do much videos on wrestling on this channel. It's just really hard to cover everything that I love because I do love a lot of things, and I don't want to be overwhelming with this particular channel at the moment. But yeah, wrestling is has always been a love of my life, along with the comic books and the superhero movies and action movies and stuff. I got wrestling very early um, when it came to the stories and the characters. Um, like I remember being 7 or 8 years old and watching Superstars on Saturday and Sunday morning. It was like an hour long show or something like that. Come on about 11, 12 o'clock Eastern time, and I'd get to see uh, people like Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior and the Honky Tonk Man, Big Boss Man. I got into the wrestling when it was those type of characters in it. Uh, and as I gotten older, they did people like the career people like Duke the Jumpster Josie, the wrestling garbage man, and the Goon, the wrestling hockey player, and things like that. But what I'm trying to say is like I kind of knew early on that because sometimes I would say to myself as a kid, who would fight like that, who would wait so long Like, see, this is one of the reasons why I loved wrestling. If I started hating certain wrestlers, I'm not a big Hulk Hogan fan at all. Uh, when Hulk Hogan would do the hulking up, right? It was so fucking stupid to me because it would be like, just fucking punch him, kick him, and now all of a sudden your kicks and punches aren't doing anything. I've never seen people fight like that, and I know it may seem like me at 7 or 8 or 9 years old. What do I know about people fighting in real life? Well, not that it's anything to really live on per se, but I kind of grew up in a chaotic household, and I've seen a lot of um, fist fights, and the neighborhoods I grew up in, I've seen a lot of fist fights as well, and some pretty brutal ones when I was young. And taking New York City transportation, you'd see a lot of crazy shit too. So unfortunately, I was exposed to a lot of weird and crazy shit as a child, and nothing that I want to get into now because I want to obviously keep this light. You know, but yeah, that's why I guess I was in that unique perspective so young to be like, I don't get it. I've never seen people fight like this in real life. And, but like, whatever, maybe it's different when it's these two muscle bound men fighting with each other. And, until you get older and you get in the know of wrestling where it's like, all right, so the stories are scripted. The outcome is predetermined, but you still need to do these moves correctly on each other because then it can lead into a serious injury, death. There has been moments of there was this one injury that was really mind blowing when I was really into wrestling at the time. The last couple months, I haven't watched it too much. I've gotten a little tired of some of the wheel spinning in wrestling. But I remember this one injury that happened to this wrestler Draws. And he was wrestling this guy D'Lo Brown, both with good characters. I love D'Lo Brown. If you're unfamiliar with D'Lo Brown, he wrestled in the WWE. He was part of the Nation of Domination. Uh, his gimmick sometimes would be this chest protector because he would say his ribs were bruised and he was protecting them. And he'd come down like with his head and trash talking and everything. And he gave Draws this. I forget exactly what move it was offhand, but he gave Draws a move, and it paralyzed him from the neck down. And hearing that story was really like, see, like, yes, there was um, a thing to say either Draws won or D'Lo won. And yes, they were told you got a 5 minute match, make the best of it. But this is the points I want you to hit. But nowhere in the process of that was it, all right, now you're going to paralyze him in the match and for the rest of his life. You know, that's not planned. You know what I mean? And that still happened. So um, it can be a dangerous job to have. And to hear the lifestyle that some of these guys live can be like rock and roll lifestyles, but let's say you're an independent guy and not with WWE or the other big company at the moment, AEW or Impact, and you're just an independent guy trying to make it in the business. You're in your early to mid 20s or whatever, prime of your life, and some of these guys have to go to a show, say in Buffalo, New York, at 8 o'clock, right? And then they got to be in Bangor, Maine tomorrow for a show at 10 o'clock. You know, so there's a lot of traveling you got to do. You have to pay, even in WWE, you have to pay for your own transportation. You don't get medical insurance, and you're considered an independent contractor. You're not um, a technical employee under the regular sense as you would be a regular employee, say, at a Walmart or a Sunoco or something like that, or even a Schwab or something like that, or a Fortune 500 company that deals with, say, stocks and stuff like that. You know, those are considered regular employees. These guys are considered independent contractors, but then under the contract that they have with the WWE doesn't want them wrestling anybody else with anybody else. So then they prevent them from wrestling with anybody else under the contracts they sign. So it's almost like they can't be independent contractors then, because if I'm an independent contractor as a writer, let's say, and Sony hires me to write a scene for, say, Venom 3. Let's just say I'm on that level. And they take it. I can also take a job with another movie company, say Blumhouse, and they say, all right, well, we want you to write the first half of this story, and then we'll take care of the rest. I can work on those or take those two projects on independently from each other and still be considered an independent contractor because I'm doing the job for Sony and then I'm doing the job for Blumhouse. But with the WWE, it's just you can't work with the WWE and then also work for TNA Impact or also work for AEW or these other independent companies. So I've always found that to be a little wild, and people who don't know these certain things in wrestling find it very surprising that it happens like that. But then people forget about it, and it gets let go back in the ether of consciousness. So it's really up to, and then any wrestler who even brings up the idea of unionization in the WWE immediately gets fired. Like this wrestler, Selena Gomez. Selena Gomez. God damn. Selena. Fuck. It's not Selena Gomez. the Wizards of Waverly Place girl. Oh, well, she's a woman now. She's got to be almost 30. Selena something. And she's married to Aleister Black, the wrestler, and she publicly was talking about unionization, and they fired her. Jesse the Body Ventura back in the day when he was wrestling mentioned about unionization, and Hulk Hogan, like a fucking baby that he is, went to go tell Vince McMahon, oh, he's talking about making a union. Because at the end of the day, if there's a union, Hulk Hogan wouldn't have been having the career he would have had. Macho Man over Hulk Hogan all day. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be a Hulk Hogan fan, but what I'm saying is the world wants to be so politically correct with things, and it only when it suits them. You know what I mean? They don't want you to say, well, if you're so much against racial this or racial that, why are you celebrating Hulk Hogan? The man who, even though he didn't know he was getting recorded, said in a recording, yes, he's racist and used the N-word. So these socially conscious people sometimes really make me laugh. It's the same people that have a shirt that says communism, right? And that the capitalism sucks, but they're on their fucking iPhone. You're all for communism, right? Social democratic, like fucking Russia, okay, or these other countries in the past. The hell are you doing with $1,000 phone, bro? You know what I mean? People who talk about that socialism, go visit a country that has socialism, like Cuba, and then really see if that's the way you want your country to live. You have to experience it first before you go full on socialist. Uh, I don't think that's the answer, but I'm moving off the subject altogether. Fuck Hulk Hogan is the message at the moment, okay? Hashtag that. Because when you're dealing with the macho man, Randy Savage, Miss Elizabeth, listen here, Mean Gene. You're talking to the cream of the crop, the macho man part. Tully. Yeah, the Macho Man was a real one. He was a real one, even to the day he died. To this day. But I'm going to move on from the wrestling a little bit, my little rant and rave about wrestling, and move on to um, this particular comic that Jordan had given me a while back. Um, it's called Demon Days X-Men, and it's kind of like set in feudal Japan type of storyline. It's pretty interesting so far. Logan, it focuses around Psylocke. There's a lot of different versions, characters. Wolverine is actually like an actual wolf with one eye. Uh, that's Wolverine in the story, that one-eyed wolf. And then basically at the end, you also see a version of the Black Widow. And then the next issue in this is going to be Demon Days Marioco. Morocco, I think. And then that should be coming out soon, so I'll check that out too. But Spider-Man 2099, number 4. I loved this series back when it was out. I think Miguel O'Hara is one of the better Spider-Man alternatives that have been around. I think I liked him as an alternative Spider-Man up until Miles Morales became Spider-Man over in the Ultimate Universe. And then Punisher number 4 from the 4th volume. I think this was, I didn't get to read this one yet, but this was, I think, around 1998. I think this was around the time when they were trying to do supernatural elements in Punisher, which I never really minded, like if he fought like demons or something like that, but his primary villains should have been like street level guys, like mobsters and drug dealers and stuff like that, things that affect the little man, because that's how he kind of started. He started off with the need to take these mobsters and stuff out because of what happened to his family. Which the original origin story was that he was in Central Park with his family having a like a nice little cookout. You chit chats, you're tossing the ball around, being silly, with your kids and stuff, smooching your wife under the tree, as you see your 2 kids playing with each other, and then these 2 warring mob families come out of hiding and start shooting each other unbeknownst that the Castle family was there. It wasn't like they were like, "Oh, look, there's the Castle family. Let's kill them." They were just caught in the crosshairs of a mob war, and it really pushed Frank over the edge to then, you know, take these guys out. Um, there's been a few Punisher movies that have come out. One with Ray Stevenson, Warzone. I think that's one of my favorite ones because it's pretty fucking brutal, like a Punisher movie should be. I like the Punisher movie with Tom Jane in it, Thomas Jane. I like that one. The one where John Travolta's in it, playing the villain Sinclair. Uh, just give me a moment, guys. I need a tissue. La 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 la. Thank you for bearing with me, guys. Sorry about that. Um, yeah, I like the Thomas Jane Punisher. I liked that Harry Heck scene. I liked the fight scene that he had with the Russian, played by Kevin Nash. I thought it was one of the better ones. There was one with Dolph Lundgren. That one was, you know, okay. That was if I'm gonna rank the Punisher uh, movies, Dolph Lundgren's one will be on the bottom. I think Ray Stevens one is gonna be the next one up, and then the Thomas Jane one is gonna be number one for me. Uh, the Punisher TV show on Netflix, though, which John Berthol or Shane Berthol, um, that one was good. Okay, that shit was brutal as hell. That series, and I personally liked the series. I liked Jigsaw in it.